Hello coloring friends, so today's video about our weekly challenge Find and Color, and we'll see result for our last week's prompt, which was to color lanterns. I've got 78 submitted works, that's a lot, but I was a little bit surprised because I had expected more illustrations with Asian theme, like Japanese, Chinese, something like that. But to my surprise, there was not that many illustrations like that, and more pictures with our traditional lanterns, street lanterns as well, and leader with most repeating illustrations with lanterns turn out to be illustrations by Hanna Karlzon. That was a surprise for me. There was a lot of pictures by her from her different books, and actually one particular illustration, a big lantern, page size. You will see 7 variations of this illustration. After Hanna Karlzon, I believe on the second place is Joanna Basford, and then Kirby Rosanes. But I'm glad that besides those illustrators, you will see quite a lot of other artists, other pictures from many other different coloring books. It was hard for me to choose, not to choose for coloring this book, for this prompt. As you know, this is one of my favorite coloring books, and since I've got this chance to color in it again, so I couldn't resist it. There were actually 4 illustrations for lanterns prompt in this book, and I had to choose one. 2 were more simple and 2 more detailed, more complicated, and I decided to color more detailed one. And here it is. Because I felt like coloring this illustration in spite of much work to be done here, but I decided I wanted this picture to be completed, and it was actually very easy for me, very enjoyable. Every time I color in this book, I enjoy so much, and no difficulties at all for me. As you can see, there is a lot of details here, even on her dress. I believe one day I spent on coloring her dress only. A lot of flowers. Here I used mostly Faber-Castell Polychromos and a few colors by Derwent Lightfast, particularly this red one, because I do love Lightfast red colors. And the background is done with Lightfast chocolate as well. Then there is metallic gel pen on her dress, on this dragon. It imitates golden thread embroidery on her dress. It's actually Vietnamese bride, and this dress is their traditional wedding dress in red color with golden embroidery. Then these cranes, I decided not to color them in realistic way because it would look boring, I think, if I colored them in just gray colors. So I made them, like you can see, gold, goldish, greenish, something like that. And then a couple of colorful lanterns around. And so I'm really pleased with the result. Looks nice. And and I'm really happy that I was able to finish this picture, and it's the 6th complete page from this book, so I want to color more and more in this book. And so now let's have a look at all submitted works for this prompt, lanterns, and I hope you will enjoy it. Let's go! our slideshow of all submitted works for the prompt lanterns. Thank you everyone who joined for this challenge, and now as always it's time to choose another prompt for the upcoming week. And as always I'm using my magical box to find out what we are going to color during the next week. So friends, we've got prompt old woman. Some time ago we had prompt old man, and I thought it would be fair to include old woman as well. I know it's not the most exciting prompt for many of you. I know many of you don't like coloring people, but it is a challenge, and if we color every time something that we know we color well, there will be no progress. So sometimes we need to challenge ourselves and try to color something that we are not confident in. So I advise you to join this prompt even if you don't feel like, and try to color an old woman. It's not that popular theme subject in coloring books because most people prefer to color young and beautiful, but there's tendency to include different people in coloring books nowadays, old, young, men, women, and so you can find old women as well. I remember there is an old fairy in one of Christine Karen's books. Also I remember there is a grandma with her granddaughter, illustration by Lenka Filonenko. So I think it's possible to find a few pictures for this prompt. So I'm off now to look through my coloring box, and see you later. So I'm back. It was really an interesting experience to look through my coloring books in search of illustrations with older women. And what I can say, it was much easier with old men. It was easier to find illustrations with men than older women. Anyway, I was able to find some, more than enough of course for this prompt, for this challenge, and let me show what a few examples. The first one is from Fairies 3 by Christine Karen, and that's the illustration that I thought of straight away when I got this prompt. Fairy grandmother with granddaughter. Then this Slavic motifs coloring book, and there is this character from Slavic mythology called Baba Yaga, an old witch kind of, you can see. By the way, in the newest book by Kirby there is this character as well, Baba Yaga. So if you got that book, you can check this illustration. Another book, Gods and Beasts by Adam Fisher. By the way, there is this character as well, but I have colored her already, as you can see. But there is another picture like this one. We can see three older women here from Greek mythology. Then this Korean coloring book, tarot cards, and there is this card family, and you can see an older woman sitting at the table with her family, I believe. lovely illustration. Bearing Gun by Mardel Rubio, and we have an older fairy on this picture, very nice indeed. Discworld, Terry Pratchett, illustrations by Paul Kidby. There's this character, a witch. She's not young, though most witches that you can find in coloring books, they're young ones. And here she is again with her friend, I believe. And the last illustration from coloring books that I was able to find is from A Bestiary of Tolkien. And here we have this old elf woman. Very old indeed. And then just a few PDF pages. And the first one is by Nadia Z Design. Again from Greek mythology, 3 sisters. And this old woman, I really love her. She looks kind of spooky, but very interesting character. So this illustration is one of my favorite for this prompt. Then 2 illustrations by Diogo Verissimo. 2 forest witches, I believe, not young ones, older women. Rather interesting too, these pictures. And the last one is by Lenka Filonenko from her book The Art of Tarot. As you can see, the hermit, this woman. There is another picture by Lenka Filonenko from her Victorian Grace coloring book, but I haven't printed that one yet. So that's what I have for this prompt. Maybe not that exciting, but a few pictures I do love, and it would be nice to color them and to practice coloring older faces. So I hope you will find something in your collection. If not, don't forget that we have a monthly coloring along as well, and the theme for April is books characters, so you can color for that theme instead. But anyway, I'll be waiting for your works, and I hope we'll get something interesting at the end of the week. And that was all for today. See you next time. Bye.